I know this was a long time coming, but I finally made it. This first episode of Retrotivity, I'm here with Nayy.
What's up, y'all?
I never did this before. You do this shit?
Nah, first interview, you know?
Are you sure that this is a Retrotivity?
So, how'd you start?
Started at like 15, maybe 14, I don't know. I made my first song though in my pop's crib. So I was in summer camp. I was recording, we was freestyling, me and my man was freestyling. And then we went to summer camp. Niggas was like, oh, this shit hard. And I wanted to rap, so I was writing songs in my notes on my phone. And I told my pops, I was like, yo, can I record at the house? And that was my first song. You feel me? It was, I ain't gonna lie though, it was ass. Like, it was real ass. But it got the job done for me. I felt a little satisfied, and then he sent it over to the engineers, and he mixed it, everything. So I ain't gonna lie, my pop's really been my biggest fan since the start.
And
I'm not gonna lie.
That kind of lines up with my next question. I was gonna ask you, like, who's been your biggest influence throughout this?
My biggest influence, I ain't gonna lie, when I first started, I was listening to like X, Trippie Redd, all of them, in like 18, 19, 2018, 19. But my pops, he was a rapper, he made songs with Nas, all this. So it was like, I feel like it was in my family to really rap, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So I feel like I was always surrounded by it. My uncle, he an engineer, producer, you feel me? Like, my whole family is really surrounded in music. So I felt like it was my calling to make music, you feel me?
Out of all your songs right now, do you think you have a best and worst song that you can name right now?
Out right now?
Yeah.
Best? I ain't gonna lie. If I was to tell anybody listening to like hear the best song I got, I would probably say, I'd probably say something like Get Going. That song is on Ghetto Geek. And then my worst song, I don't know. It gotta be like the first song I dropped.
I did some investigating. I found out you one hell of a gatekeeper.
Hell yeah.
I got here, you know, it's one thing to not even tell nigga location. It's another to charge $5 for the fucking loan. And I got other examples here too, such as this one right here. They asked you, they're new friends, talking about where you got that from. You talking about it's black owned.
Nah, he said no funny shit. But like, bro, like, niggas can't know certain spots. You feel me? Like, it's like, all right, look, I know the great spots, I know great eats. So if you wanna be like me, like, you gotta really have your own shit. Like, you can't just copy everybody's swag, you feel me? Like, you really gotta eat your own eats, find your own eats. If you trying to get my eats, it's like, what you doing? Like, you feel me? Like, you can't be doing that, bro.
I mean, shit, you gonna tell them where we at right now?
Nah, ain't nobody finding out about that.
Is there anything you wish people knew that you did in the process of making your music?
I freestyle, I don't write nothing. I mean, sometimes, like, if it's something substantial that I really want to put in a song, or I went through and I want to put it in a song, I might write it. But usually, like, even that, like, I freestyle it sometimes, because if I went through the experience and, like, I know how it feels, I could just come up with it in my head and, like, it just come back to me, you feel me? So I know what to say, I know how to describe certain things, even just off my head, because I'm freestyling and I went through the experiences. So it's like, and all my songs, I really try to make it like, it's either a certain vibe. I try to play a character in a lot of my songs. Like, let's say a song like Trapaholic or Get Going. Like, I try to play a certain character so I can get in that vibe and, like, talk about experience that I had and just shit that's around me, like, people around me do it, like, just certain shit. But everything I talk about is mostly off the head and mostly real experiences. Like, I don't ever talk about no fake experiences, nothing like that, you feel me?
All right, well, speaking of your songs, I have here a list of songs that I want you to explain either, like, the process you went through in making it or, like, the story. So, first song I have is Match.
Match?
I was there for
Match?
this one.
I ain't gonna lie, my son Jojo sent me the beat. It was really just a vibe. Like, we was in Discord, it was me, Jojo, my son, A-Taste, and, like, it was just a vibe. I made one song before that, and I made Match, and it was just like, I was just in the flow state on some shit. You feel me? Like, I was just flowing on that bitch. It just felt smooth. Everything just went crazy. That song remind me of, like, old Cash Dami. Like, an old Cash Dami song. What's that one song? I don't even know the name of it, but it just remind me of, like, some calm shit, but on a little drill vibe. You feel me?
And shout out to JoJo for producing that song right there.
Oh, yeah.
Because that beat was flowy. The next song I have is Love with a Barbie. This one was your most popular song before Kiki What's Up came out?
Uh-huh. So, Love with a Barbie, that's really just me. Like, that's really just how I be feeling. Like, I mean, I love my girl, you know? So it's like, that's just how I be feeling. That was in 2023 I made that shit. So it's just like, you feel me? I'm just gassing my girl. I'm talking about my life, you feel me? When I was recording it though, it was just like a regular day. I was on my sexy drill shit at the time. So I really be switching it up a lot of times, but I was on my sexy drill shit, so it just came to me like, that's it.
You want to explain the violin and the beat for the song?
I'm very picky with my beats. Like I can't just hop on anything. So I ain't gonna lie, I found that beat on YouTube. I forgot who prodded it. I think it was Eddie Rivers, but I found the beat. I'm like, yeah, you feel me? Like I can't just hop on anything. So I like beats with substance, or like that's a little different from everything else. So I heard the violin on it. I heard all the sounds on it. I'm like, yeah. And I load that bitch up, put that shit in FL Studio, and I just went crazy on it. You feel me?
Like, do you feel it's just like a vibe anytime you make a song? Like,
yeah, it's just one thing about me also. I can't just record in any state. Like I can't just be in the crib bored and record or do anything. Like I feel like I gotta have a certain energy to record. Like, cause I always want to make a good song and make something that's able to drop, that's good enough to drop. You feel me? So it's like if I'm not feeling the vibe of recording something or anything, like I'm not gonna do it, because if I force myself, I know it's not gonna be worth my time. You know?
well, for my next song here, I have Brazil that's featured 917 Racks.
Yeah. What's it called? Me and Rax got linked up from my son Boomer. So my son Boomer hit me up. He told me about Rax. I didn't know who he was at the time, so he linked me up with Rax. Me and Rax was talking. We got cool. We linked up, and we was just working. Like we was just cooling at first, and then we was in Discord one day. I showed him a song, and he fucked with it. And then I told him to put a verse on it. He hopped on it, and that's what it became. You know, we shot a video for that shit too. We had booked out a spot. And we just linked up, shot the vid, called it a day. You know, that's
So
really
just
all it
like,
was.
you know, just like the vibe of the song had him like get on it too.
Yeah, I felt like, I'm gonna be honest though. All right, look. So before I had Rax get on it, I sent it through to another person, another drill rapper. I'm not gonna say his name, but I sent it through to him because I thought he was gonna snap on it, and then I heard Rax. I was listening to Rax shit, and I was like, yeah, he should hop on it. But I knew I needed a drill rapper to match my sound on it, because I'm melodic, and then the other rapper, the drill rapper, he gonna go crazy and really put in the pain on the verse, and then, you feel me, it all come together, and that's what it did.
Do you think we'll ever actually hear that second verse though, the other verse from the other rapper?
I don't know, probably not. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't getting leaked. Ain't not. No, actually, he ain't even put the verse on it. But I sent it to him to hear it. He said he was jacking it, he was gonna hop on it, but he never hop on it. I mean, I was still working with him to this day though, but, you know, so it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it did come out as a good song.
Yeah.
I have a fourth song here, Sorry for the Wait.
Sorry for the Wait. That song was fire too. I made that, when I made that, I was young. I made that like 2022, maybe 23. But that song was just,
Hold on, from what I remember, I think Sorry for the Wait was like the first song that was put on streaming from you, I think.
yeah, I think so too. But that song, at the time I was working heavy with Basso beats.
Yeah.
So I was on some like, and that's Stars Like Us. That's the whole vibe of the tape too. But that was my old stuff. So Sorry for the Wait. I was just in the crib, same thing as always, like just vibing, just making the music, and it came out like how it came out. And that was really my first song that I got a lot of recognition on. I feel like, because from that song, Pasto Flaco, he liked it. I was hella happy, because at the time I had like 1,000, not even 1,000 followers, probably like 800, 700, and I boosted it on Instagram and feel me, it did a little bit of numbers. I think it got like 8,000 plays. I don't know though, but it's something like that. But it did what it had to
numbers
do.
for like 800 followers back then.
Yeah.
I have one more song here. This one stood out to me the most, so I kind of want to know about it. How did you end up with a Baby Santana feature on the Come Up?
Man, so like me and Tana, right? Like we not friends. We not really doing nothing together, but we cordial. You know, every time I see him, it's like, what's up? It's like anything like that. But honestly, we just reached out, and I reached out. He hopped on the song. I sent him the song, and that was really it. So, I mean, he wasn't as big as now. He was like, I forget. I don't even think he had like 20K at the time. but he wasn't as big, so it was easier to have him hop on the song and stuff like that. But you know, it kind of came naturally. I felt like at the time he made the song Antisocial, so I made that song, and it was kind of based off of Antisocial. I'm not gonna lie, and I felt like he had to hop on that, so he hopped on it. I had him hop on it.
I heard you got signed.
I did get signed recently, like a day ago.
You give any details on that?
You know, it just started. I don't want to say too much, but I feel like it's a big deal for me. I think it's gonna go somewhere. I feel like everything gonna work out for me. I've been manifesting this for a very long time, so
You've been at it for about like 5-6 years, probably.
yeah, I've been making music for like 4, 5, maybe 6 years. So I've been manifesting this for a very long time, and I feel like it's about that time.
It's been a long time coming for you, actually. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
see from when you used to start, you actually had a concert. Here we have the concert here.
That's my first show.
How did this happen, bro?
These people named SRT Shows just reached out to me, and they said they wanted to book me. They added me to a group chat. They booked me for the show. They had 1300 Saint was performing there and everything, so it was calm. I went there, showed out. You know, I had that shit turned, so I just did my thing. I want to have another show though. I definitely do. I want to have another show soon, very soon.
Well, if you just getting signed, you might be able to get to the show soon.
It might be.
So we just discussed Unhappy, but I gotta know, is there a trend that you hate in music right now?
I hate them niggas who use Osama son net spend beats. Like, bro, like, it's irritating. It's too much bass. It's too much going on in the beat. Can't even hear the vocals. It's just like, yo, chill. And when people be imitating people trying to act like other people that they not, like, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of people try to be Young Thug. A lot of people try to be Future. Like, y'all gotta stop, bro. Like, it's annoying. It take away the fun in the music, take away authenticity, bro. Like, it's annoying. Y'all gotta be ourselves, bro. But if it work, it work. If it work, it work. But at the same time, bro, come on, bro.
Those people do be getting views off that, though.
They be getting views, but it's like, damn, bro. Niggas like me ain't getting enough shine, but the Young Thug wannabe wanna get some shine, you know? Not even, no shade though. No shade to nobody.
This is not a diss to anybody.
Not a diss, but it's just like, be yourself,
just
you know?
in general.
Be yourself, bro.
All right, for this next question, I want you to name your top 3 most wanted collabs.
Top 3. First, I might have to say Pluto. I love Future. I ain't gonna lie. Second, RP his soul, but it would probably be X. Love X.
It's popular choice.
Big inspiration, you feel me? So, third, I might have to say, damn, I don't even know. Third, I might have to say Trippy. I like Trippy music a lot. You feel me? So yeah, I think those are 3.
It's a pretty reasonable list. In relation to your most popular song right now, most people want to know, who's Kiki?
Kiki, that's my girlfriend. It's my girl. It's my girl. You know, shouts out to Kiki. Hi, Kiki.
This was supposed to be the part where I brought up fan questions, but most of the fan questions were just, when is your next drop?
When's my next drop? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have no date right now, but I can say I'm gonna be shooting a video for Kiki What's Up very soon. I'm gonna be shooting that, dropping it soon. And I got a tape on the way, hopefully for the summer, maybe before the summer. I got a tape on the way. Probably a song after that, before the tape, actually. So we got plans, you know, we got plans, but just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Tap in, stay tuned. A lot of stuff coming, a lot of music coming.
Has there ever been a time that you doubted yourself?
That's a great question. I'm gonna be honest, I definitely have. And I doubted myself in a way where it's like, I feel like, is it really gonna work? But that just made me more motivated. Like, it's been certain nights, and this not recently, this back in the day, probably like a year or 2 ago. It's been certain nights where I just felt unmotivated and just like, I don't know if it's gonna work out. I'm gonna be honest. But at the same time, it's like the next day I wake up and I don't feel that way. So it's really just a mindset to keep going. And like, everybody gonna feel unmotivated at a certain point when they're not seeing the numbers that they want to see or doing stuff that they see other people doing. It's just like, you just gotta learn not to compare yourself to other people and to be true to yourself and stay on top of your stuff and don't worry about nobody else. You feel me?
Is there any people that like keep you going throughout this?
It definitely is. I feel like my brothers, SBZ, the Star Boys, they keep me going. My girl, she keep me going. My dad, my mom, my sister, both my sisters, they all keep me going. It's just motivation. It's living motivation right there. Like, I want to live a better life. I want all my people to be good. I want all my people to live a better life. So it's living motivation right there. I just feel like I got to do this for them. I got to do this for me. I got to do it for my people. Like, it's just a lot of people that keep me going, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad to have those people in my life. Because without them, I feel like I probably would have quit 3 years ago, you know? And my girl, she's a very big supporter of me, and I love that. And she also, when I'm feeling down, when I'm not feeling the best, or like I feel a little unmotivated, she tell me to keep on going. She told me to stay on my track, and I just love that. I love all the people who support me. So I'm very grateful for that.
All right, there's one last thing I need you to do, but you got to walk me.
What's up?
By the way, thanks for coming to the interview.
Of course,
First episode of Retrotivity finally done.
Anytime, bro. Just maybe next time, but make it a little hotter.
That's a fair point. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody here frozen. All right. Thank you for coming to the interview, bro.
Of course, my
I got
brother.
one last thing I need you to do.
Talk to me.
Can you give advice to people at home? Thank you for being here.
Man, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not the best with advice, but for any other artists that want to come up and that see me and be like, damn, he make good music, or anything, any signs of support, I feel like y'all should just keep going. Anybody, honestly, just keep going at your goals. Like, it's hard. It get hard. I ain't gonna lie, it get very hard. But when it's rough is when you should have the most motivation to do what you gotta do. Look at the people around you, look at where you're at, and see how you can improve. Look at your peers, people that do better than you, and don't take from them. Just look at them and take some inspiration and figure out what you could do for yourself to make yourself better. And yeah, that's really it. Just be yourself, keep going, and don't let nobody stop you. You feel me? That's really it. I'm gonna hit y'all.